LJN, the Rainbow of Doom. Most people despise the company and their supposedly crappy games, but I actually enjoy them, and that's why I now don the moniker of the LJN Defender! After 2 temporary setbacks, the LJN Defender has returned to the YouTube scene in order to redeem the Rainbow of Doom. Bill and Ted and the Uncanny X-Men may have brought me down, but I am far from out, and I'm feeling confident about my odds with this next reviled offender. From LJN and Rare, the team behind the 8-bit adaptations of A Nightmare on Elm Street and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, it's the one and only Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Released in May 1991, the NES Beetlejuice is based on the 1988 Tim Burton movie of the same name and transports the ghost with the most into a digital world crafted by the developers of the Donkey Kong Country series. In keeping with their tradition of quality exhibited in the titles I'd previously reviewed, Rare faithfully captured the tone of the source material in this supernatural side-scroller that pits the protagonist and his bioexorcism services against the pesky Deetzes and an army of creepy crawly creatures in exchange for a one-way ticket to the afterlife. The overall presentation at the onset of the adventure may be a bit too vibrant and cheerful, but all of the signature elements are there to ultimately set the proper vibe, including the witty interstitial cutscenes and the amazing arsenal of scares. The scares are aesthetically impressive and serve multiple functions, but they come at a price. In order to utilize the sting-proof skeleton and nimble Birdman, we have to collect health vouchers. The health vouchers essentially translate into currency and can be redeemed at the nearby stores for the extra lives and other items necessary for surviving the rough road ahead. Unfortunately, the merchant isn't willing to make a deal, and his wares pretty much literally cost an arm and a leg, so get ready to spend a large chunk of your playthrough stomping on bugs with the deadly B button mash attack. This RPG-esque grinding session admittedly becomes tedious after a while, but the effort is more than worth it when the ghost with the most is finally able to tap into his full potential. Rare went above and beyond in replicating the iconic designs from the big screen iteration, ensuring that fans of the cult classic comedy would be elated upon accessing the pause menu and gaining access to the terror-inducing tools of the trade. As mentioned previously, the scares transformed the titular character from a stomp-happy sissy to an awesome apparition of wicked vengeance and offer unique advantages such as enhanced jumping and temporary invulnerability. However, their effectiveness varies greatly, so it's best to experiment and determine which works best, but even that doesn't always work since some of the enemies are completely immune to even the strongest scares. Needless to say, this is very problematic, and the subsequent combo KOs that transpired from the perilous platforming segments combined with the limited lives and continues to ensure that my playthrough resulted in numerous game overs. But I overcame adversity and discovered the optimal route for success, which usually culminated with a boss battle. The bosses all have the same attack pattern. They slowly creep towards our hero and shoot out various deadly projectiles, but they also luckily share the same weakness. Simply blast them into the adjacent wall and they'll disintegrate into a cloud of smoke, allowing Michael Keaton's alter ego to continue on towards the house and his date with the Deetzes. The already challenging difficulty spikes to a whole new level upon reaching this point as the setting switches to an isometric perspective with nary a store in sight to supply extra lives, leaving us with nothing but our wits and puzzle-solving skills to traverse this tricky terrain. Enemies and obstacles lurk around every corner, waiting to pounce at a moment's notice. The Maitlands and Deetzes will sporadically halt our forward momentum until they're reunited with specific objects, and any false moves made while attempting to reach the exit will lead to sandworm hell. It's understandably overwhelming upon initial impressions and will require lots of trial and error to avoid being snacked on by the bloodthirsty beast, but it's a super satisfying thrill when the finish line is finally crossed. The ghost with the most remaining journey takes
takes him through a spooky graveyard and a maze of mirrors before concluding in the waiting line to receive his afterlife reward. The last task on the agenda is to obtain 6 numbered tickets, a feat that sounds simple in comparison to what we've previously accomplished, but it's much harder than it seems. There are death traps everywhere, and I rapidly lost all of my lives on my initial attempt due to this, but I rallied back strong with 1-ups to spare and successfully set the stage for the special victory celebration.
Beetlejuice for the NES proves that the Rare and LJN partnership could do no wrong. Beneath its adorable exterior lies a formidable action adventure that excellently pays tribute to the Tim Burton movie and features a fantastic underrated soundtrack from David Wise. With that said though, this infamous licensed tie-in is far from perfect and it contains a number of annoying flaws, but none of them sour the overall experience, and I'd highly recommend giving this unique and creative gem a try. Anyway, now that I've redeemed my reputation and spared this unfairly scorned side-scroller, I'm gonna take a much-needed month-long break to recharge my batteries. Sorry in advance for the lack of new content, but the channel archive is always available if you need a Cygnus fix, and I can guarantee that the videos planned for October will be definitely worth the wait. Be sure to come back for that when I return from my hiatus, but until then, this is Matt, aka the LJN Defender, signing out.
Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw and you want to see more, the boxes on the screen right now will lead to some more of my videos, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel by clicking on my avatar in the bottom right hand corner. Thanks again.